Hi, everybody! Now that we have actual voice, I can actually talk to you! Woohoo! Hi, everybody! I'm Joshua Bleasy. I am the Unknown Prophet. I do daily tarot readings between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Welcome in, Alka. How are you doing today? And welcome into all of my stars. I use my custom-made, homemade deck, the 5 Paths Tarot, to divine the best possible path. And as I was saying, when you couldn't hear me, it wouldn't be a normal stream unless you saw me messing with my camera at least once a stream, So, um, you know, we are doing pretty good today. I'm doing awesome. We and my wife are doing pretty good. Got paid today, so we'll be getting some more green for later. Maybe having a green episode on Monday. I will have a brand new sign on Monday for the tarot stream, so I can't wait to show that bad bitch off. Once I get it, you're gonna see the Unknown Prophet hanging behind me now in a little bit, and I've got to kind of work on the zooming factor of my screen here. Yeah, I know. I mess with my camera like 5 times a day. I swear to God. I know. So now we got to do this. Now, if I reduce this so you can see the whole thing, which is what I'm going to be doing here. See, now you can see the whole thing. Now you'll see the nice little sign saying Unknown Prophet in the back. I got a nice neon sign coming on Monday. So we're going to have to be doing that there. Yeah, of course, readings are open for everything ready to rock and roll here as well. So I'm going to be honest today. I'm a little bit off of my game. I didn't even get a chance to go get my normal meditation. But when my guides say you're okay, I say, okay, if you say I'm good, I don't need to get my normal meditation in. They said, just get your ass in there already and get somebody some help. I got that coming on Monday. So we'll see that tomorrow. When you guys see that, you'll have a brand new look, hopefully. I don't know when. You might see it Tuesday. I don't know when it's coming on Monday, so I can't say it will be here on Monday, but Tuesday for sure it will be. All right, Elka, welcome in, my lady. How are we doing today? Let me do a cleansing shuffle for you. Get these cards all nice and randomized for you. Put the energy into them. Tell them that they're supposed to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Be brutally honest with you. Help you find a day where you can say, today is my best day ever. But lead you to a path that is your own and of your own free will and choice. Basically, that's how I set my cards up. So, here are your 6 official shuffles. And you want a general reading today. So, 1, 2. I'm going to open my window just a tiny bit today. 3, 4, 5, 5, and 6. And the 19th card for you, you said? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah. And the reason why people are feeling a little bit more disheartened right now is there's a big energy event about to happen with the next couple of weeks, okay? So you're going to feel a little bit of I feel like I have to prepare feeling. I'm feeling a little bit more depressed than normal. It's kind of like the last time you were going to feel sadness for a while. So I don't know if you want to take that as a good thing or not, but if I'm right on this thing that I predicted happening here before St. Patrick's Day, so we have 11 days now before the end of my Kickstarter campaign. I think it's going to happen way before my Kickstarter campaign ends, okay? So some good news is coming for all of us before then. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and if it doesn't happen before March 17th, well, then I'm not going to worry about it so much anymore. So, yeah. But there's a lot of energy happening right now because there's something really big psychic event or something really big coming for the entire world that I don't know hasn't happened yet, but when it happens, it's going to affect everybody pretty much the way it needs to. It's going to help everybody. It's going to do a lot of different things. And Alka, where we need to go for you is kind of where it's been kind of depressed for you and depressing for you for this week. Yes, it's been a sad week, but has it been a sad year? Has it been a sad month? Has it been a sad all of this time? What you need to realize is that now that you are starting to enter a new energy, that you're raising your energy up to a higher field now, that you started doing the more positive work, that you're starting to, oh, well, rain is rain, you know, rain helps things grow, rain helps things be all at that, you know. Yeah, I understand what you mean now, but you know what I'm saying is that there is that somewhat of a connection between what you're going through right now and that, because you're reaching that stage of maturity level now where your energy is kind of going to that plateau moment. So now your energy is asking you, do I want to go to the next step, which is receiving this more on a normal basis, you know? And that means finding out that I feel more at home with myself. I feel more like who I've wanted to be for a long time. I finally feel like I've reached a certain stage in my development where I'm ready to either challenge myself or I'm ready to start to appreciate what my journey has brought me up to this point. However, there's still something you aren't letting go of in the past that keeps you from your future. And it may not seem like it's a very big thing, but the more and more you hoard this, whatever this anger or whatever this feeling of resentment or disappointment or whatever it is that you're kind of feeling right now, if you don't let it out soon in an appropriate way, you may let it out in a more extreme hell's bells, fire hath no fury kind of a way. Okay? Now, I know you're the kind of person who doesn't like to go off all fire and brimstone unless you have to, but if you have to burn a bridge, you'll burn a bridge. Okay? And that's kind of what I'm saying here is there might be a bridge that you have to burn. There's an old connection somewhere or something that's been kind of coming up a lot lately that you kind of got to get rid of and use some of this extra energy that you've been feeling lately to push this out of you and be free of it so that you can bring back together all the good things that you want back into life again. Because the only way to integrate the physical, mental, and spiritual things we do want back in our life, we had to empty out that little pressure valve a little bit to let that steam out just enough so that we could start to build the nice concentrated filtered water in which we want to be able to sip from. Well, it takes a process to make that happen. So we have to bring in those physical parts of the water, the mental parts of those water, the spiritual parts of the water, and it's all going to get into this little container that's got to be filtered out. And when you light that flame, that's basically what you're doing. You're filtering out the water and allowing that nice sip of rice, energy efficient, well balanced, good tasting water that you've always wanted to have. Well, that's what you're building up and building towards. You're trying to fill this spot where you feel at home with yourself in your life right now. That you're tired of everybody else telling you how to live your path. Now I'm secure where I'm at. I've got a good foundation. I've got good walls of safety to keep me from all that harm that may happen to me from the people who love me, even though it's unintentional. I've got that roof on top of my house to protect me from those outside random things that may happen in this world. Now I have a door where I can go in and out of this house. I have windows, I have a garden, I have all of this beautiful stuff within my life. Now I want to make sure that I am ready, that this is my new safe spot. This is where I need to begin again if I ever go back to a bottom. So I don't know if you've been kind of thinking of starting over again or you've been thinking about challenging yourself in a new, different way because you're ready to start to explore your world again and maybe find a little bit more challenges ahead so that you can let out some of the stuff you haven't let out yet so that you can complete that portion so that you can bring back together all the things you do want back in your life again. And that's kind of what I'm feeling from you. It's more of a just kind of being okay with who you are right now, as you are, why you are, all of that stuff. Just being okay with life as is right now is kind of the message that I'm getting right now. It's kind of like, I know it doesn't seem like it, but it feels like a little bit of this moment that you've got going on is you're just kind of letting it develop, and that's healthy. Just kind of let it keep going. Like, I don't know if there's a decision you're trying to make lately, Alka. Uh, okay, looks like the nose bleed I had yesterday may have affected this. There's also a lot of dry air right now, too. I wouldn't take every single body function as a sign from the gods something's gone wrong. You know what I'm saying? I sniffle a lot and do a lot of other things I don't want to do all the time. That doesn't mean that's a sign from the god. Oh no, I sniffle. Ah, need that out of my nose. Take it what you mean. If you take it as a sign, then ask yourself what that means to you and move on. I don't think it was kind of that kind of a deal. I think it was just a random nose moment. So how have you been doing, Elka? How things have been going? Hopefully good for you. We're gonna get you off the list here. Like I said, I've been feeling this event coming since since New Year's Day, basically New Year's Eve, and I was told that there would be some major event happening in March-ish. That would be a world-changing event that would change all of our lives. That would be something that would be beneficial for everybody. So yeah, and maybe it was a tiny bit of stress-induced nose bleeding there a little bit too, but sometimes it's just a random thing that happens. Yeah, I hate when that happens though. Yeah. Well, maybe there was something that needed. Yeah. So I'm considering a mini sign, not exactly, but a trigger which made me hold up. And maybe that's all it was meant to do was trigger that memory, realize that you've dealt with that, or that maybe you have still left stuff to do with, and the nosebleed just kind of triggered that memory sensing thingy. Could have been a little bit of dry air stress, could have been a bunch of different things coming together. If you consider it a sign, then take it as that and ask yourself, why do I feel like I want to ask what this means to me? So, was it something that you've dealt with and kind of confirming you've overcome that part of yourself, or is there still a part of you that still has to deal with some feeling that gave you? It's not about the nosebleed; it's about the feelings and we had an association with that. That's when your intuition goes click, 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 click. You know how it works. Why am I explaining this to you? You know. I don't know why I explain to other people who already know this shit. It just could have been a very like I said, I've been in the. I go when I go to the restroom. It sounds like they want to talk to me more. Okay, I don't know what it is about bathrooms, but it's like now that would have been funny. You could have took that to a whole new level and went out of the bathroom and really scared people. When it finally, if and when it finally does happen, the first person to see the first zombie is gonna laugh their butts off and roll on the ground because they're gonna think it's a joke until that zombie decides to try to munch on them. Once they realize it's not a joke anymore, all games are off. It's like, hoo zombie apocalypse, here I come. Maybe I stopped it. Maybe not. We're about ready. Me and my wife have been finishing up The Walking Dead, the whole series. We're finishing up the last season right now, and I just got done watching the new Rick Grimes, The Last of Us, or not the We Survive version. I've watched all The Walking Dead. I'm a big, huge TWD fan. Okay, I wasn't disappointed they ended the series. I was just like, couldn't have they just kept these storylines going too? I mean, it wasn't like I Negan did they really need to put Negan and Maggie together to what? Figure out their issues. We needed a whole fucking series for that. Now the Daryl Dixon one, I liked a little bit better. He got lost at sea, taken over. Kept making trying to get back to his house, but God has other plans for him or something like that. Okay. And then they promised that they're all going to come back together somewhere in the future, and it's going to make sense. So we'll see. You know. You know, and hey, And maybe if it gave you a tiny bit more time on whatever you had to study there or whatever, who knows? Could just be like I said. Could just be you going out there going, I don't know what to do. So now I get to go to the store after this and buy food on my grocery list. I don't know what I want to buy yet. Alexa, add soda and chips to my shopping list.
I have added soda and chips to your shopping list.
Alexa, add t-shirts and shorts to my list.
I have added shirts and shorts to your shopping list.
I got a new Alexa Dot. Look, I got a new fun toy. I got 2 of them now in the bedroom. I got Alexa everywhere in the house if I wanted now. I could just turn on the one on my TV and just have that be my Alexa in the office, but I kind of liked the Dot for the timepiece kind of a deal, and it kind of makes it look cool. So, I really don't have very much else to talk about today. And, getting ready for my Friday. What do I plan on doing this weekend? Getting really hella high. As soon as I get to the store today, I will be buying enough green to at least $300 worth of green today. So, but I think we're going to go with a little bit cheaper stuff this time, make it last a little bit longer. And then I got to pick up some new smoke stuff for us and stuff like that too today. Maybe some vacuuming later. Lazy bum, more lazy bum, extreme lazy bumness. Lazy bum with a side of lazy bum. I think it's stuff like that, Maybe game a little bit here and there, depending on who's playing games where. I've been trying to play with my friends, but I can't seem to get my Valorant to work. It keeps crashing on me. My favorite flavored chips. Okay, my opinion on a flavored chip depends on the flavor. Okay, it depends on the flavor. It's just like a French fry to me. I love ketchup. Okay, I like ketchup and A1 sauce mixed together. That's how much I like the K. That's what I wish they had a bottle of somewhere out there. You know what I'm saying? So I like the ketchup A1 kind of a mixture. But I believe that a dip is the same as any other dip. I don't care if it's ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever you want to dip your chip in or whatever, dip it in it. I could care less. Ketchup flavor on chips, I don't know if I really like that. I don't think it deserves its own flavor of chip. I don't think it deserves its own flavor, but hey, if you're that much of a ketchup fan and I'm not that much of a ketchup fan, I say eat it. Oh. All right, that was a good one. 1 through 10 burp scale now. Yeah, then that's the other thing. It's like if I wanted a tomato-based chip flavor in my mouth, why am I not getting something that's got a little bit more, zesty tomato flavoring to it? If there's a reason behind the ketchup flavor too. Like if we're making a hamburger flavored kind of a potato chip, I want there to be a hint of ketchup flavor in there somewhere because I like a ketchup on my burger. Now, depending on your preferences, Personally, I like hot chips. I like your things like your like your hot Cheeto fries or your jalapeno cheddar stuff. I like sea salt stuff. I like I'm a foodie. I like cheesy stuff as well. Kind of the cheesier, chippy, stuffy. That's what I like. I like regular Lay's, like regular chip Lay's. Or I just like a regular salted, nice, normal chip, no dip, no nothing, just me and a can of cola, ice ass cold, me and a couple chips, and a couple drinks of soda, heaven on earth. Okay, I'm not a very complicated dude, guys. That's my wife. I'm not a very complicated dude. And then she would say, keep telling yourself that, honey. One day you'll believe it. I guess, I'm not a big fan of extra extreme hot, though. I like it to have a flavor to it. Like, yeah. Salt balsamic and herbs, but that wants me want punch your stomach. And see, some people don't like that balsamic flavoring, and that does do the weird things with the stomach. Okay, I'm a very acidic creature. I like my acidity, you know. So whether it's hot acidity or other kind of acidity, I like acidity in my cooking. I like acidity in a lot of different things. So, but I understand. You know, sometimes you just want a basic normal chip, right, Elka? What's your favorite thing to eat, guys? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite snack food? Your favorite meal? Anybody want to chime in with what your favorite meal is? My favorite meal of all time, it's a toss between two different. I'll give you my if I were about to die meal and my okay, it's Friday night kind of a meal. If I'm about to die, I want the full steak dinner, okay? I want a medium rare sirloin steak, about an inch and a half thick, a little bit more under medium rare. I want it to be just a crawling, just a tiny bit crawling, okay? And then I want a baked potato with sour cream, chives, salt and pepper on it. I want some broccoli. I want some chicken noodle soup. I want a cold ass nice fucking blue moon beer to drink with it. And then I want to have that be in a place with music and oh yeah. Yeah, or something my mom used to make, something that only your mom could make. You know, there was a okay, it's the basic most essential we are broke as hell meal in the world. It's called SOS or they call it SOS. It used to be called what do they call SOS? Alexa, what was the acronym SOS for as far as food goes?
The acronym SOS stands for Service Over Self in the context of forwarding
Okay.
as far as food goes.
Okay, thank you. So it basically was SOS. It was rice, creamy, a creamy kind of a sauce, and chip beef. That's it. That's all it was, okay? And she did something different when she cooked it that just made it taste 10 times better. It was mom's fucking cooking. I don't care if it's your grandma, your mom, somebody in your family knows how to cook and you live for that shit. I know I did. I always ate my fill up at grandma's house. See, I grew up poor, so when we got to go to family Christmas and there was this big buffet full of food and they asked me why I'm eating everything in sight, this is the most food I've seen all year. Are you kidding me? I'm going to eat good food. So I grew up with a lot of different things, you know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See? It's those simple recipes. It's that soup. It's sometimes it's those simplest, most it seems like you should be able to make it, but you cannot make it like grandma made it. You've tried. We've tried and tried and tried. We can't make it taste like grandma did. Grandma didn't tell us one last step or something. We're missing something here. And then the moment comes where you finally realize what she did at the end of it that made it taste all that much more yummy. Oh, what the heck? Why do I have a little bell on? So... And then I like a nice, well-made soup. You know, yeah, it's the things that you draw back to when you're a kid. It's the homemade macaroni and cheese. It's the homemade spaghetti sauce. It's the way she made that steak, the way they made that chicken, the way they cooked it, how long it took. All of that stuff. Go outside and play, kids. When you get back, we're going to have fried chicken. And it's not KFC, okay? Because we couldn't afford KFC. We made our own damn KFC recipe chicken, you know, when I was a kid. So, some of the reasons I'm a big boy now, because I was skinny up until about 25. Once I got my own money, yeah, okay? Not proud of it, but I did indulge. Well. Yeah, you know, I love to cook myself personally. I love to make a meal. I've been watching cooking shows. I almost thought about entering cooking competitions at one time because I'm a home kind of a cookie chef, but I'm a dirty fucker, so I can't do it. TC, welcome on in, young lady. How are we doing? How are you doing, my ladies? How's my beautiful one? And when are we getting together again? And when do you have time to get together again so we can have our a little bit of class time? Please let me know in the Discord when you get a chance. All right. So you know the answer. I am seeking OTC. What thou art thy numbers? Okay. Well, we'll try to figure it out. Oh, that's what I'm here for. You know where I'm at. I know you had some internet issues, so at least that's what your daughter said the last time I talked to somebody online. I think it was your daughter who said, Mom, Dad took off the internet or something like that. So, oops. 1, 3 God cards. Oh, 4 God cards right out of the bat. 4. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4 God cards. And the 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's the other thing. It wasn't just the meal, it was what came with the meal. If you didn't have the side of something with it, it made the flavor all that much better. If it weren't for the cheesy potatoes next to the au gratin potatoes next to the very simple spaghetti, we had a little bit of variety there, didn't we? You know. So just want some guidance here today, TC. Let's see what we got to find for you today. Oh, TC, I'm already feeling your energy, hon. I'm sorry to feel that things have been a little sporadic for the last since we've talked. So, are you with me? Ready? All right. So, the thing that you're going through right now, a lot of people are feeling. Welcome in, replay girl. Welcome on in. First time chatter, welcome on in. We're just starting a reading with someone right now, so if you would like to join the queue, press exclamation point join. You can get in the queue to get your free reading here. Otherwise, you can sit back, relax, and watch how everybody else gets their reading done and decide if you want one or not. So, what you need to know is that TC, you're trying to accomplish way too much, way too fast. You need to slow down a little bit. The universe is pushing you, yeah, but you still get to control how you steer in that river. Okay? You are the rudder in the river. You guys have to start to turn yourself into those currents so that they're not so rough anymore. Find the calm patches of the river down the road. Rather than trying to jump right into the rapids and survive the rapids, it does feel like that a lot right now, but you have to remind yourself that you chose to go a little bit more honey badger on trying to accomplish some more goals and dreams that you have going on right now. And that means that you want to be a little bit more honey badger with it. Well, now you've got this pile over here, this pile over here, and this pile over here that you're trying to take care of all at the same time. Normal life, streaming life, everything else life, you know. And here's your hydrate. But you know that the hard path is about overcoming those obstacles, about overcoming those hills and valleys, what that actually means. Refresh there, Alka, refresh. Refresh. Refresh your screen if you're frozen there, young Padawan. But that's the hard path journey. It's learning how to overcome the obstacles. It's learning how to overcome the trials and tribulations that you need to start to think about doing and going back, you know? And where are you still trying to walk and get there because you feel like if you don't go on this long, expansive journey like the Hobbit went on, maybe if they just took the eagle to begin with, there wouldn't have been so much time or things in the middle of there. Maybe they should have just hopped on the eagle, dropped the stupid ring in the middle of the stupid thingy, and flawed off to the top of the thing. And end story, blah, blah, blah. That's how it really should have ended. Why couldn't they have done that in the first place? Because that's not a story. That's just you going to do something. That's reality, not an adventure. You know what I'm saying? And what you're on is on an adventure. But you have to remind yourself that even though you've got your party with you, and that you are trying to drive to where you're going now rather than walk to where you're going now. So now we've got a nice little stagecoach we can ride along in for a while. Still have the same kind of adventure, only now we're not in so much danger. We have a lot more control over where we're going. We can get there faster. And that's part of that hard path too. Yes, we want you to get there, but we don't need you to take such a hard path. We're expecting you to get into the car and drive on this road. Not necessarily, just get in the car and not pay attention to the maps that are right in front of your face. Why aren't you donating some of this time you do need back to yourself and giving yourself a break? If things are getting hectic, it's okay to give yourself a break. We don't need to go into every last little thing every moment of every day. It's when you're ready to find out the more information, you've got people who will help you. When I am ready to donate back to myself and give me back the energy I need for my own journey. Remember, you're on two different journeys right now. You're on the path that you're helping other people with, and then those people are not only helping you, but you're helping them in return, but we're growing and becoming someone new and different at the same time. That's a lot to deal with there, ATC. So what can we do about it? Just embrace what beautifulness you can. Let it soak into your life. Let that light build up in that darkness, that shadow that you keep walking in, because that's what we're trying to create. We're creating this new spirit, this new soul, this new higher self that we want ourselves to become someday. We can do that. We can take a hard path to do that, but that doesn't mean we have to be. We bring ropes. We bring climbing gear. We are still going to have to do the work, but we have a better way of doing it. We get in that car and drive to our location instead of trying to walk the long walk. Well, now we've got a partner to help us get up that hill, to encourage us along the way, because we're ready to donate back to ourselves, and maybe it's time to donate back to self again. And I already know you're going to say yes, so I'm just going to give it to you anyway. And this is the other portion of your answer here, okay there, young lady? It's not necessarily about what you're not doing, okay? It's about what you are accepting and not accepting in your path. You have to get better at accepting the right kind of gifts and allowing the gifts you don't want right now or can't deal with at the moment are put on the side that you will open when you're ready for them. Part of what you're going through right now is you are not accepting and receiving the right kind of energy rather than all of that. So try to work on some of that. I only take with that which I am capable of handling right this moment. All the others will go back to me when I am ready for them. Let me get over trying to feel guilty about my past mistakes, but not feel guilty about when I'm succeeding and doing good beyond other people's expectations of me. Because I can't let their guilt get in my way or my own guilt get in the way anymore. It's not about whether I feel guilty about this. How can I move on? How can I move forward? How can I use this to my advantage? Can I start to tend back to the fire that is right in front of me rather than all the other fires that are going on around in my life? Maybe we need to focus back on what's really important to us and start to work on what will help us bring those things into focus and make that fire all that stronger. And even though I've told you that maybe it's a hard path you're on, maybe you need to find a new, different way of doing it though. Maybe you have to find an unseen path on that hard path. Maybe you have to cut through some of your own bullshit in order to get to what you actually want to get. So, what are you willing to go through to get what you want? What are you willing to cut through those reeds are in order to see the beautiful thing on the other side? That's the things you have to. That's what change and growth looks like. That's what a person of service looks like. That's what a person who wants to help people looks like. We're always constantly moving, changing, and growing, adapting our path to where it will meet our needs and still be able to help others at the same time. Because if we're not healing ourselves, we can't heal others. So, and sometimes I don't think you go with the flow enough. That you're so worried about being on a certain path or a certain timeline that you're not giving yourself the space you need to let it happen sometimes. Yes, it's overwhelming and it comes in fast, but you're the one who's in control of that path. You have to own your power, and that's when things will start to calm down a little bit. Use those shields I talked to you about. All right. Replay Girl 1, welcome on in, my lovely lady. At least I'm assuming it's a lady. Here's how it works here since you haven't been here before. I'm going to ask you to pick some numbers. I'm going to ask you to pick a number 1 through 10. I shuffle this many times for you. So 1 through 10, I shuffle that many times. Then I'm going to ask you to pick a second number 1 through 52. That's where your answers will be in my deck. If you have a general question, please put it as simply as possible. If you just want a general reading, say general reading. If any of the cards pop out while you're shuffling, I'll explain those when those happen. Other than that, that's how it works here. There, my replay girl. Welcome on in. These are blunt, 100% truthfully open, honest. I tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. I'm a very blunt, in-your-face kind of tarot reader. So if you don't like the, if you want the sugarcoat kind of, I'm going to tell you good things about your life kind of tarot reading, run, because this is not that place. So whenever you're ready, give me your numbers, as I like to say. 1 through 10 for the shuffle, 1 through 52 for the answers. Whenever you're ready, give me those numbers and general reading. Okay, there we go. I got to do a cleansing shuffle first. So after everybody's reading, I always do what I call a cleansing shuffle. That just kind of randomizes the cards a little bit, but I also energetically clear them off. So give me a second here to do that real quick for you. Don't be sorry. You forget. I've learned how to handle all of this already. You're not taxing me here. You don't have anything to be sorry for. That's the one thing we have to start working on too, is the I'm sorry's have to stop. Rather than I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can. Thanks. I'm improving today. Thanks. Start saying thank you for showing me how to be a better person, and then either use it or don't use it. Use it, lose it, or move on. That's what I like to say. So, as we like to say, replay girl, a general reading. Here are your 7 official shuffles. 1. Now you have a God card. Whenever a card pops out like it just did for you, okay? This is a message from your higher power trying to answer a question you've been looking up and saying, hey, can you give me an answer to a question I've been having recently? This is their very extreme, very bold, in your face answer to that. We get to that after your general reading. So this was only shuffle number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you have 1 God card message for you today. And then the 30-second card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be 30 right there. Let me just double count. I think I went too many. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, Yep, that was 30. And then we've got, no, I just lost count. That's all that happened. I lost count, so I had to count them out. One and then second, because I didn't want to mess your reading up. I've had people ask me to go all the way to 52, so if you think you're doing me any disservice by picking a higher number, you're not. Pick the number that feels right for you guys. I don't care. That's why I give you a range to pick from. Okay, if I wasn't okay with counting 32 times, I would have said count 1 through 32, not 1 through 52. So anyway, here is your general reading for today there, replay girl. Never have to apologize for that here. We understand we're just trying to find a little bit of a reading for us to help us with some answers here. Good morning, Chester. Good morning, Swift Sticks. Good morning to all of my fun, beautiful stars out there. So, replay. The thing that I want you to understand is right now where you're at, you've kind of had to say enough is enough with the shit. People have been trying to tell me how to run my life, how to do what I want to do with my journey, where I'm listening to you, I'm listening to you, I'm listening to you, I'm listening to you, and all of these people keep trying to tell me who I'm supposed to be. You said, fuck that shit, I can't take it anymore. I'm clearing off your foundation. It's time to start to set down my own foundation. What are the things I want in my life? What ingredients do I want to make up the very nice new save spot? You know, when Mario, when you beat the game, or when you're almost beating the game, you're almost to the final boss and you die right before you're about to beat the final boss, and you have to go all the way back to the very beginning of the level to get to the major boss again. Well, this is your major save spot, basically. We've created a save spot. This is where you go back to the beginning. So if you want to know when your new beginning starts, it starts today, because you are about to pour down into your new foundation things that you know you want to have happen. I'm tired of people doing this to me, so I'm going to start doing this in my life. Into the foundation it goes, and setting that nice new foundation. Welcome in, Dragon's Fire. Woo woo, Dragon's in the house. Welcome in. He's an excellent Lego man there. Go check out my friend Dragon's Fire. He does a lot of Lego. He's a cool ass vibe. He's a 420 content creator, just a tiny bit there, a little bit. We're getting some later too. So go check him out too. You're welcome. Much love to you as well, Dragons. Nice to see you in here. Thanks for coming to lurk for me today. I appreciate that. So now that we're starting to do that foundation stuff, right? We have to start to manifest that into reality. But if we don't have a good idea about what goes into this foundation in the first place, how can we make sure that this is the time, this is the thing that we don't want to do? We're done doing our old bad habits now. We have to throw those old away. If we keep adding back in that crap that we had from the past into our new foundation, all that's going to do is make that foundation fail. So now we have to get a better understanding of what we do want to exist as. I want to be self-confident. I want to be driven. I want to be this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Getting that into our thought and starting to create what we want to become, replay girl. It's not time to replay the girl. It's time to beat the boss. It's not time to replay anymore. This is the time. This is the moment. This is the journey that we're on. We now have to stop thinking about how we're going to be and start becoming who we want to be. And that means walking the walk, talking the talk, and doing the do. So get yourself of what you would like to become and put that down as now your new highest power, or God, or your highest beautiful self, whichever way you want to call upon it to do. What you're currently going through is this life, death, and rebirth process. The reason you're kind of going through some of this right now, replay, is because you've just ended on what I like to call the death portion of your life. In life, okay? You kind of died, had a family loss, or had something in your life where you kind of had to say, I have to let this part of my life die, and I have to be reborn as something new and different, because what others may have told me to be never felt right, never did anything for me, never changed anything for me. All that old bad habit and crap I used to put on myself, that's the anxiety, that's the fear, that's the doubt, that's all this other stuff that other list you don't want to have on your list anymore. Okay, we take those things off of the list and we put them into the grave so that they can be reborn as beautiful new flowers that come up out of those seeds somewhere in the future. So you're working on the rebirthing process. You're trying to break free of that barrier that you put yourself in. Your destiny card is telling you this. This is a destiny card. It kind of ties in why you're going through some of what you're going through right now. And what you've kind of done is you've blocked yourself off from just the tiniest little bit of good changing harm. It seems like we don't need difficulty in our life, but we need a little bit of catalyst to that sugar. Without that yeast and that sugar coming together, how can that manifest change? Now you're in this ice block and you're only accepting that the sugar and the yeast have to stay separate until you realize that that glass is in the way. Yes, I do, honestly. And it's kind of what we're getting to now. And I really believe that your God card's going to answer some of this question as well. But what I'm feeling for this is this rebirthing process in which you want yourself to do, okay? This is what I want you to do today, okay? I want you to go find yourself a cardboard box somewhere. I don't care what size it is. Let me see. Ugh, I think I got one of these old boxes around here somewhere. Ugh. Okay? Go get any box, anywhere, from any item you have in your house. I don't care what it says on it, okay? This is your new grave. And I want you to put inside of this grave and write on pieces of paper all those things you have yet to let go of, all those things you want to be free of, all those things you want to move on and change and become different. Okay, into the box they go. And then I want you to close it and I want you to hold it a funeral for this box, an actual real life funeral. Maybe it's time to get your favorite fire pit working again and do this in the right way possible by Viking firing it or gas. Don't put it on your gas range stove. Do it outside. Do it someplace safe, of course, blah, blah, blah. But I want you to actually bury that old self by having that Viking funeral. And I want you to mourn the loss of this for at least 3 days before you start to begin building that new self, that rebirthed soul. Once you have dealt with that, and that's gone in the way of the dodo bird, now it is time to start to rebuild. And what do we want in our new foundation, and what does that mean? And now you get to put another different kind of a box, maybe a beautiful kind of a box, that you put things into it that you want to become. And every once in a while, you take one of those slips out and you read it. Did I become this yet? And if you haven't, you put it back in the box. That's my advice for you. And that's kind of what the ice block is about. You chipping away out of that box. I believe, no, that box you should keep. One box you burn away. That's the grave you let go of. The other box is not a grave. It is your crib. A new baby soul is born inside. You have to learn how to take care of that baby. You know what I'm saying? So treat yourself like a newborn baby child that you want to take care of, and everything you want yourself to become. Remember, you're the nature and nurture of that child that you want to create. Get out of that ice block and stop blocking yourself away from what you think may be harming you. That's what's stopping you from having a good, more beneficial, good life. You're blocking yourself from the happy too. That's what you're doing. You're blocking yourself off from the hurt and the happy. So both of them can't get in. And then we have a God card for you too, replay. And like I said, you might have had another question that had nothing to do with that last thing I just told you about, but this could be some advice that you need to hear from your journey too. And I always ask permission from especially my new people if they want to see their God card, because they can be the most extreme answer you will hear. So like I said, it's usually a question you've been staring up to the sky and saying, hey, can you please just give me an answer already? Well, here they come to give you that answer. Do you want to see your card? I think that yes is a yes. You want to see your card? Just double check. Just say yes one more time, just to make sure you weren't saying yes to something else. Okay, go. Ah, now I understand what's going on. Okay. So it's story time for you, replay girls. Sorry, Chester, we'll get to you in just a second here. You're next in line, though. After this, I would get your numbers ready and I would get your question ready because I'm coming to you next after this one. But what you need to know is before I became the unknown prophet, I was called Unison because I had a very, and I mean extremely big dualistic personality. I was either good Josh at one point or bad Josh at one point. I didn't know how to bring my worlds together. As a child, I had developmental issues with some of these things, and I didn't know how to deal with it or how to combine some things together. I wasn't always great at the multitasking thing. I had to learn how to do that. Someone had to show me how to do that. And I had to learn to bring two different worlds together. The world that I knew I could exist in and the world that they wanted me to exist in had to come together to form this unison within myself. It had to become like one note had to join another note to become that beautiful symphony inside. I had to learn how to walk what I call the gray in between. There's a part of myself that I had to learn how to walk. Either I couldn't just decide that today I didn't have to be good, I didn't have to be bad. All I had to be was in the middle somewhere. That's the line I walk. I don't walk good or bad anymore. I walk that gray in between. If I step onto the good path every once in a while, I try to appreciate what I have done good in this world. If I step onto the bad path, well, that's a lesson I have yet to learn that I'm learning how to overcome and do something better in my journey. But I had to learn how to bring two very dualistic personality parts of myself and try to find a way to make them work together so I could not only learn how to grow and be a better person, but it was essential for my survival. I couldn't survive. I wasn't doing very good in school at that point, and it wasn't until someone showed me how to do this in a more realistic way that made sense to me that made me able to do this on my own. Now, you talk about some time and place. Now, if you have a journey, you have a destiny about you. Okay? There, replay girl. You get to choose your destiny. You have to start to manifest that destiny into reality. The dream that brought me to who I am today, because I had a dream when I was an 8-year-old boy that basically said, you're going to become someone just like you see on this screen right here. Now, I didn't know what that meant at 8 years old, what that all could mean for me. I sit here today looking back at it going, wow, I can't believe everything I saw back when I was an 8-year-old boy is finally coming true. What happened there? Did I make that happen or did the world make that happen? The answer is yes. We both made it happen together. There is no I in team, including the universe. You're doing this together with your guides, with your gods, with your everything. So start to believe in the dream again and start to believe that you can manifest your dreams into reality. Or you want to know how you know your destiny? It's simple. What makes you happiest? What makes you feel like you have accomplished anything today? What makes you skip a beat? Is it the person you love? Is it the people you're around? Is it people helping people? Is it becoming better in money? Is it becoming what drives you? What are your dreams? What are your goals? What do you want to see yourself becoming? Destiny is what you make it. I believed. Okay, let me cheesy. I know I'm kind of going a little bit longer here, but I kind of feel they need some backstory here. So when I was an 8-year-old boy, I had a very special dream. After I was abused, by the way, by a babysitter for almost a year and a half before I realized the silly game we were playing wasn't a silly game anymore. Okay? I finally realized that what was being done to me was bad. So I went and took all of my frustrations for what I used to feel for that year and a half out on about a row of corn up to a willow tree where I slept under a willow tree for about maybe an hour and a half. Okay? And I went underneath that willow tree and I fell asleep and I had a very special dream. You say you're too old for that, Bullshit, you're too old for anything in this world. That's a bunch of bullshit. I can't do it in my own head thinking. Anybody who says they're too old to do anything, you need to get over yourself. Unless you're in a wheelchair, hooked up to a mask, on life support, with no way of getting out of bed on a daily basis, you're not too old, okay? Make your dreams come true. Why not do it now? Why not chase that? No one says you need a degree to become a director. Are you talking a director in what respect? Does that mean a director in finance, a director as in film production? You know, it's never too late to become that which you want yourself to become. Trust me, I've invented myself about 50 different times, every single year, a different way, and I've become. I kind of thought that's what it was going to be about. But okay, so you want to be a director. So go get people who want to act, people who would really like to act just for the experience of acting. Get yourself a nice little independent film company. Go become a director. Go inspire people. Go show them how to win. Go get that and see how that works and how that works. You don't need any class to tell you how to do it. You just go do it. What's holding the bug up there a little bit there? Chester, cheater, tater, cheesy tater, cheesy tater, calling cheesy tater. And I think that anyone can start any profession they want. May take you a while to get to a famous level, but you know, I'm a director right now of my own little show. Hey Josh, will you get back over here and do some more readings for these people? Sure, I will. Okay guys, I'm back. My director just told me I had to get back to doing readings. Woohoo. Maybe you need to find two different worlds to come together to form that one world that makes more sense to you. Numbers, Chester. Tater, cheesy tater, to the stand, cheesy tater to the stand. I like my cheesy taters to the stand. I like me some cheesy taters. Yeah, get some cheesy taters. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I think you're my 600th follower. That means we've only got 400 follows left to go before my 9-hour stream. We are 11 days away from my Kickstarter campaign ending. We are getting down on a couple of those goals, guys. So 6 and 11. Let me do a cleansing shuffle first, though, before I do anything for you there, Chester. So thank you very much. So I'm working on towards my last goal is 1K followers eventually somewhere down the line. That's my biggest last goal. I'm not really trying to become partner or anything like that. Don't really need to become partner. Not trying to earn a full-time living at this, although it feels like it sometimes. Okay, here are your 6 official shuffles and just a general reading for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You have a 1 God card message for you. Well, go ahead and ask it. I'm just dealing cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th card. Whenever you're ready, get me your question. I think the cheesy part of what you're asking here and what your question really is about is where should you volunteer at and stuff like that. You could do all of those things very easily in one place. You just have to find the right place to go do it at. However, Which one do I feel you should do more at this time? Well, I want you to ask yourself, in the long term of it, if you had to commit to one thing right now, just one thing for right now, that doesn't mean you couldn't do the others later. And you want to help out, right? Well, we don't want to do something that's going to overextend our energies too much. So, volunteering at a place like the SPCA, where you can bring the animal to a hospice that might be someone who's in detriment or not homeless or something like that, could check all the boxes that you're looking for, okay? But if you're not up for that much of adventure, then I would say that what you need to start to ask yourself is, how do I bring all of that which I do want to accomplish? My goal is to help people, right? That's the light at the center of this. Now, what part of this do I need to bring into my what I want to do? How much of this do I want to bring into this? How much of this do I want to bring into this? How do I divvy up the time appropriately so I still get to live a normal everyday life? Like, one week I'm doing something for the pets. Next week I'm doing something for the hospice people. After that I'm doing something for the people who are in shelter. You kind of switch up the schedule a little bit. 1 month I'm dedicating to the pets. 1 month I'm dedicating to the hospice people. Something like that, you know? But you get to decide how you want to integrate those all together into one thingy. You know, it's all in how you put that plan into action. Where is the light going to be spread the most? Where is that? What is my help going to be giving them? What am I getting out of it in return? Because we are trying to get something out of this. We're trying to get a sense of fulfillment. We're trying to get a sense of belonging, a sense of doing something better for someone else, because sometimes we've been through this shit and we want to just see someone have a better day than we had yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that I want you to think about, what makes you want to celebrate the most there? Now, hospice, it's a very big death thingy. Are we ready to help people celebrate life and walk into that next realm and start to get into that motion where they're going to have to learn how to go from feeling bad and depressed of their life ending into celebrating the life that they had lived with the family that they have, this opportunity to spend it in a peaceful transition from life to death. And maybe we've dealt enough with death for a while. Maybe we need to go get some life in ourselves for a while. Maybe we need to go get that fresh new puppy love, that fresh new kitten love, that fresh new pet animal love, where, yeah, we're helping taking care of a new life, a new journey, but it's still this, it's just different levels of care. One's helping transition from one place to another transition. From the hospice, it's from life to death. From places like SPCA, it's from being in shelter to adopted to having a brand new life. Then we have the last and final thing, which is shelter, which is helping someone just stay in that I'm surviving right now and doing the best I can right now kind of position. How do I celebrate? And what makes me feel like this is the thing I need to give my energy to right now? If you've been dealing a lot with death a lot lately, then maybe it's time to give the other side of the coin a little bit of a try for a while. Get that life back up in you so that when you do have to go back to deal with that death part again, you not only have happier, better memories to draw back on, but some experience on how to bring that forward. So now you have to learn how to celebrate what you're going to be doing next. And whichever thing you're doing, find a way to bring that way of celebrating that into the full mix. I kind of feeling the pet thing right now, honestly, because I kind of feel like you could honestly go volunteer at a place that does pet thingies, and you could say, I want to be able to help people who are dying. What about do you have a program that can help bring a pet to a dying animal, like a cat, to help someone transition, or a dog to someone who doesn't have anybody, a pet, all of that together? How am I going to let this become my community? How is this going to bring me closer to sharing the stories and sharing the times with these people so that I can be there for them and be that last experience they have on this appearance? Because I want them to have the best experience they can, whether it's person, pet, or homeless person. You're trying to change someone's life from being what it used to be into something better than it was. You may never be able to help them completely, or once you do help them, you may not know what happens to them after that point. So get back around where you can start to share those programs and get into those things where you can kind of get into it. I think it's going to be kind of a community center kind of a deal you need to kind of look at kind of a deal. And there might be some way that's got in your local community, in your own local area, there's a need for what you are asking to be doing. There's actually someone who could use your help. I think it could even be a paid position if you wanted it to be. But what your destiny cards are basically saying, Cheesy, is that whatever you choose to do, find the happy in it. Even in great sadness, as you work through hospice, finding the joy in that. Finding their faith, finding their life, overcoming the obstacles they did, hearing their last stories. You're going to be the one who hears that. Seeing a pet go from being a person who's being waiting to be a creature waiting to be adopted to be finding that forever family friend and having to let go of that pet, and that's loss in that too, but there's a different kind of loss, right? And how do I find that joy in every single day? What is going to find me that happy the most? What is it? Hey, if I need to touch all three of those in a better, easy to do schedule, then that's what I need to do. But I want to find the one that is going to find me the most joy at the moment. So I would ask yourself, what is going to fill that spot at the moment? I think you will pretty much touch all three of those at one point or another, but I think animals would probably be the better way to go for starts, and then see if that can transition into other things. That's my honest advice for you on that. And I do have a God card for you as well if you want to see that too. Ooh. Well, I get the rest of my coffee out. Kind of thought you might want to see that card. So this is a different answer to a different question you've probably been having recently, and this is that answer. Well, I guess I have to tell a little bit of a story there, Chester, but there's a reason I'm smiling, because I think this is exactly what you need to hear about the whole thing right now. This is my wife's card. Her name is Beth. She is a very, very beautiful person, but she spends a lot of her time before we met one another, before we started becoming better people and becoming better at love and becoming better at our lives. Before she became the whale's joy, she had to learn how to become the whale's joy. She spent a lot of time down in the ocean trying to navigate all around all of the problems rather than what she should have been doing at that time. She would spend way too much time in the deep seas, not coming up for enough air, trying to navigate around all of the worries and problems of her life, and being stubborn, immovable, not trying to move her life into a positive direction for whatever reason she decided it wasn't moving that way until we met, right? And then she realized that she had to start to find the joy in her life again. But why did she pick a whale? A whale is a creature that has a family. They don't normally travel alone. They travel with pods or other creatures. It's a very rare occasion when a whale travels on its own. Usually it's because they've just lost a pod or something happened to their last family, or they're just starting and searching out for their newest family and starting to get their kink on, if you know what I mean. But just like my wife, sometimes you have this tendency to be a little too stubborn on some of the things, or a little too lazy, or a little too unmovable on certain things. You're not willing to go through these things. You feel like you've got to swim around them to avoid them. Well, she had to learn how to do something different with her life. After she became a healthier woman and started to realize that she had to live more in life than in death, she had to learn to come up for that fresh breath of air, but just not any fresh breath of air, a joyful breath of fresh air, breathing in the full breath of life. All that which life has to give me, the sad, the happy, the angry, the confused, the beautiful, the horrible, all of that which is involved there. She had to come up out of that surface of that ocean's floor and breach that surface and jump for joy and take in that breath of life once again and say, thank you for letting me be alive, letting me have this opportunity to meet a man who can help me, who I didn't try to fix her. I didn't try to repair her. I didn't try to do anything with her. You know what I did? I supported her. I encouraged her. I allowed her the space to fail. I allowed her the space to succeed on her own. When she needed my help, I was there. When she wasn't there, I needed help. But you know what? She doesn't do a lot sometimes is come up for that fresh breath of air, that breath of life, that breath of joyful air in our lungs. Thank you. I'm happy to be alive and have what I have right now. Now, she has a good man she loves very dearly. She has practically everything she wants in life, and still more yet to come. Now, what do you need to do now is you need to be just like that whale. Stop navigating around all of those obstacles in life and push through those obstacles. Get that running speed going so that when you take your jumping leap out of the freaking ocean this time and scream for joy, ooh, 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 ooh. So all of your family, all of your friends, all the people who love you can hear you and come to you when you need them. So find the joy in your life once again today by jumping for joy and taking that fresh breath of air there, Chester. That's your message from your higher power today. And if there's a significant other that you should be talking to about all of this stuff going on right now, it's time to be a little bit more communicative with them. You need to open your mouth and tell her what's going on or him what's going on, because you're holding back is not helping the situation. If you just told him what it was, straight out 100%, maybe you'd stop fighting so much. And that's something you needed to hear. I don't know why. They say, stop being such a stubborn person about the whole damn thing and let it go already and just be okay with what it is now. Someone's saying this. It feels like a very tall, older man, kind of like he has half a head of hair, kind of a sporadic, spotty hair at best. It's kind of got, he's got a really tight knit beard, really a little bit better looking than mine, where mine's a lot more fuller. He's a lot more shaped beard and stuff. I'm seeing this person in my head. I don't know who this is. Older gentleman, kind of stern, stuff like that. I don't know if this means something to you, but I'm seeing this person in my head for some reason. And after I'm done with stream today, I get to go shopping for toilet paper and a bunch of other things I need. And get enough money for green later. Even better. So now, we're just going to have ourselves a nice little chat. Wait for some more people to come in. If you have any more questions, Chester, or if there's something else you wanted to know, because I was feeling like there was something else you wanted to know too. But you might not need cards for this. You let me know. Well, what is it? Because something else you want to know. I can either do cards for it, or I can just ask your guides. Which do you want? Oh. It wasn't if it was okay, as what took you so fucking long. That's what it is. It's you need to walk away from this person who mistreated you. You forgive them as much as you can forgive them, but don't go back to the same old bad relationship again. You gotta have better boundaries this time. It feels like you didn't set enough boundaries with this person, and they had a habit of, even if you did, breaking those boundaries and breaking that trust. And you've kind of already been proven that this isn't what you need to be going through. And what I'm feeling from your guides is basically that you need to walk away. You need to walk away. This is the example of what you don't want in your life. Okay? The reason you went through this last person here, and really think about it, they're the example of everything you really don't want in a relationship. Let's be honest with ourselves. You look back at it now and you go, why the hell did I fall in love with that? Yes? No? Kind of? Sort of? Uh huh. Yeah, okay. And that person mistreated you because we had to put a big old, very big ass mirror in front of you to show you what you don't want in a relationship. So now you'll start to look for what you do want in a relationship. And that's why you went through what you just went through. The universe was trying to save your ass. I'd say thank you, God, right now, because they probably did you a favor here. They made your boundaries stand up for you, didn't they? You wouldn't work on the boundaries, so they made sure the boundaries were going to be put up for you. Aha. It's not so much about the boundaries, it's about you allowing when those boundaries need to drop more rather than put them up. You put your walls up a little too far up too fast sometimes when they're falling in love with the mask, they're not falling in love with the real soul you are. And that's kind of what the problem is. That's why this last relationship wouldn't work. They put too much of a mask on. You put too much of a mask on. When we saw what was behind the mask, I don't want to be with you now because now I see who you really are. So that's kind of what I'm feeling from that. Hopefully that helps you there. Yeah. You know, and I know that sense of, am I doing right by this person that mistreated you, right? I want you to think of it like this. Could you have lived like that for 20 years? Like that? The same way? Could you have lived like that for 20 years and then realized you needed to get out of it? Aren't you happy you got out of it now? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And that's what I'm hearing from whatever is in your life trying to help you. It's just like you yeah, how many times did this thing try to fail and I kept trying to make it work? How many times was it trying to show me it wasn't working and I refused to believe it wasn't working before I finally got over my shit and said it's not working? That's what I'm hearing. It's like you are one stubborn person sometimes. Other nasty words I won't use on stream. Trouble is, you can hear them in your head right now trying to tell you all this stuff. You already know the answers to the questions you're seeking. Of course, you needed to let this person go. Jesus Christ. I don't know. You would have had a miserable life. That's all I got to say. Just one situation after another just wouldn't have worked out the way you wanted it to. The person coming for you next, the person that you will eventually fall in love with, or the person that you will meet, you got to do some self-care stuff first, okay? Let's be honest, we got to go back to the self-care shit for a while. We need to update our own current being and be okay with us first before we can move on to finding somebody else. So we have to work on the self-care portion of ourselves first before we can continue to, I need someone else. We don't want to go find someone to fix us anymore. We want to be fixed and share our story with somebody, not find someone who we need to fix or they need to fix us. Okay? I'm tired of the I need to fix you, you need to fix me game. And that's everything I'm feeling from you. See, this is what happens when I get into the zone. I just start picking shit up left and right, left and right, left and right. So, They will, as soon as you let them go. You need to tell them. You need to give them their closure too. I know it didn't work out. Blah, blah, blah. Fill in the blank. It will never work out again, but I want to give you at least this closure by saying what we did have when we were happy meant something to me. It's not that way anymore, but I will always hold those memories in my heart, somehow, some way, and move on from that. Ah, the wife! Run! Keep it open if you want.
Okay.
It's hot here.
Yeah, no shit.
You know? And my wife can... Okay, we'll see you when you get back then. You're welcome. More coffee, more whatever, anything? No, too hot.
Yeah.
So, you know what? That's what we try to do here, guys, is we try to help you. Sometimes my intuitions will help you, and sometimes my experience will help you. That was an intuitional moment for me. You know, we don't realize how much that closure portion can help heal that somebody else, even if we think they're in the wrong, okay? I don't care how wrong you think they are. I don't care how much they hurt you. There was a point in your life where you loved this person. Remember that, honor that, and then let everything else go into the trash where it belongs. Unless you're in an abusive relationship, then you can throw it all away. Is there anything else you can think of you want on the shopping list while I'm going there?
Hot dogs.
Alexa, add hot dogs to the shopping list.
I've added hot dogs to your shopping list.
Oh, we got those. Oh, some of the green scrubbies.
Alexa, add green scrubbies to the shopping list.
I've put green scrubbies on your shopping list.
Is that it?
Bacon.
Try saying it.
Bacon.
No, say it. Alexa.
Alexa, add bacon to the shopping list.
I've put bacon on your shopping
He
list.
recognizes you, so okay, good. Cool. So.
Oh. Oh, no, never mind.
Any, do you need any more shorts or anything like that?
You mean my underoos? Yeah. Yes.
Please add Beth's shorts onto the list. Alexa, please add diapers onto the
Sorry,
list.
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Add adult diapers female onto the list, medium size.
I couldn't find a list called medium size.
Add.
Should I create one?
No, add to shopping list.
What can I add for you?
Disposable diapers, medium size female.
I've added disposable diapers medium size female to your shopping list.
No,
What
extra
else?
large.
Alexa, change that last thing to extra large instead of medium.
I've added medium to your shopping list.
Alexa,
What else?
Alexa, cancel last item.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding.
Alexa, take the last shopping item list off.
I've checked off medium from your shopping list.
Alexa, change medium diapers to extra large. Alexa, add extra large female underpants to the shopping list.
I've added extra large female underpants to your shopping list.
Okay, there we go.
That works.
All right.
If I remember right, it's supposed to get up to like almost 70 today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alexa, please add cat litter and cat food to the shopping list.
I have added cat litter and cat food to your shopping list.
That should be it. See, I'm adding stuff to my shopping list as we speak. Um. Oh. Let's see what everybody else is doing out there today. How about that?
You don't have anybody in stream?
Not right now.
Well,
I had one person, but they said they'd be right back, so they went to go do something. So, well, we'll let them be doing what they're doing.
That was a big board in the back. Oh my god, look at all that. Look at that. You have to grow up gassy. I don't know how I feel about being known as doo-wop gassy, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Is that a great thing to be known as or known by? As doo-wop gassy? I'm not exactly sure. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is. Yeah. Put it this straight. It is a world record that seems way new. I would be surprised if we did not at least tie a world record.
Anybody else that I like?
Normally for like supper, the stuff we just eat or drink, I'm gonna start doing some new things. Like yesterday we did big ass balloon. Today it's like world record, trying to break a world record. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna do some really cool stuff. Alright guys, let's launch in. It is time. If anyone beats this map or the next one, you get $200 US. If your marble, your marble gets the closest. You know what? If your marble gets half those corners, marble skin, $35.
I decided to unfollow Cam.
Okay.
Cam on the cob.
Yeah.
Because somebody said something about kicking around on some other parts of Twitch, like psychics and tarot reading and that. And Cam said, anybody that claims to be a psychic is just a con artist.
You didn't have to unclick him for that, but whatever.
Well, no, I felt like he was impugning you.
No, whatever.
And that's when I said no. I don't need that kind of negativity.
Okay.
And I know that sounds...
Yeah, whatever. I understand why.
And, you know, he's all, oh, there is no freaking way anybody... It's like, okay, see, I see.
Come on to my stream and test your metal there, Cam. Let's see how good I am or not good I am.
Okay, exactly. I feel like going on there, onto his stream and say, I dare you to go on to your stream and get a reading. I dare you. And of course he would like, oh, I'm sure he would say something like, I don't have to prove myself to anybody.
No, I like to prove myself to everybody. Kidding me? It's one of my favorite things to do. But,
You know, people who are that closed-minded, I'm just like, nope.
okay.
I don't need to be part of his little whatever.
I just do it for something to do every day. Don't care less if he thinks I'm a good reader or a bad reader or whatever else. It doesn't matter to me. So you think tarot readers are con artists, huh? Con artist, right?
Yeah.
Con artist. I challenge you to come to my stream sometime and get a reading from me.
You know, you have one partner, but I guess it depends on your beliefs and stuff. Wait, guys, everyone hop on in. You guys go to the Switch, right? Hop on in! Exclamation point! Play, mama.
You have green jeans over there?
Yeah.
Just filling you up a little bit more for right now.
Oh, okay.
Play early, then retype it. Retype exclamation.
There.
Play. Welcome to the Mario map, guys. This map creator is making a new map for us. I don't know when it's gonna be. Ready? I am super freaking excited. Yunana is one of the coolest map creators in history. We got a new map incoming. Hopefully soon, but he's gonna keep us posted. Check Discord again for scary AI image. AI was given prompt humanity's last selfie. Is it, well, guys, what is this? A big nuclear explosion or something? Scary stuff, dude. That is humanity's last selfie. Guys, Curiosity Rover. Did we talk about this yesterday? How they found like remnants, isotope remnants that are typically only found after nuclear reactions. They analyzed the soil in Mars, and there's freaking isotope 129 or whatever, which is just it's an isotope from nuclear reactions. So what happened on Mars? Why are there so many byproducts of a nuclear reaction on Mars? It's just
Meteor. Lots of other space.
Name looks familiar. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. All right, guys. Prediction is officially going up. A new channel.
Hey, Rose. How are we doing today, Rosalind? Just seeing it popping in there. How are we doing today? Let me turn down my volume just a little bit so I can see you there. How are we doing today? Welcome on in to my stars. Welcome on in. How can I help you today if you want to... Ah, cool. Thank you. Thank you for popping in. So, how do you get in line? You just say you want a reading or press exclamation point join, whichever way you want to do it. You can test me for yourself, see what you think. I'm not under... I do these for free. I'm not trying to get anything out of them. So, here's how it works here. I need you to pick some numbers for me, okay? Pick a number 1 through 10. Sorry, I got the hiccups. 1 through 10. I'm going to shuffle that many times for you. Then pick a second number, 1 through 52. That's where your answers will be in my deck. Now, if you have a question you would like me to answer, please put it as simply as possible into the chat. If you just want a general, just say you want a general, and then we go from there. I tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know, and then we go, and that's how I roll. So, here we go. These are very blunt, in-your-face kind of tarot readings. I do not sugarcoat a damn thing here. I will tell you what I feel you need to hear and all of that stuff. Please, there we go. So, here are your 10 official shuffles, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's all that I do on this stream, as I do a tarot reading stream for 3 hours every day. And I also try to play marbles every once in a while and stuff like that. So I just read the cards. I don't take money to do these things. I try to help people. I try to lead you to a positive day, a day where you can say today's your best day ever. That's what I generally try to do there. Okay? So, Jen, here we go with your reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the 13th card is on top. And we want a general reading about what's going on with everything right now, okay? And I have a custom-made, homemade deck that I made myself, so these are not like your normal tarot reading cards here. I am trying to get this published right now, but I've got most of the money I need to do that already. I'm just waiting for me to do a little bit more of my homework and get some of these things that I need on there. I'm doing good today, Hatter. Doing good today. So here's what I'm feeling from you, Polly. I'm going to call you Polly for this reading because I don't know how you say Juns. Juns, Polly? Polly? Jeuxpally. Any ideas how you say that? Jeuxpa. Ju Pale? Jalu. Oh.
Jupali.
Japula? Ju
Jupali.
Pale. Ju Pale. Okay, thank you. See, that's what the wife's good for. Anyway, Paladin works good? Okay. We'll go with Paladin. How about that? That's a little bit easier for me to remember. So, Paladin, what I'm feeling from you right now is that you're kind of entering this stage where you're trying to find out what you actually want to start to grow in your life in a new physical way, a mental way, and a spiritual way. So there's something physically you want to start doing better with your life. I kind of feel like you want to try to maybe get a tiny bit more better in shape. You're not really trying to go for full tilt exercise mode here. You're just trying to make your life a little bit healthier, maybe taking your medications on time, doing all the things that are right for your body. You're also trying to develop some of this more mentally positive kind of stuff going on. You're dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety with some of the real life issues right now, kind of something to do with job versus home life not mixing together well. And I'm kind of feeling that there's a little bit of a scheduling conflict there sometimes. Like sometimes you can't be home at certain times you want to be home at. And then there's that spiritual part of yourself too that's trying to reconnect to who you want to become, or your personal faith or your personal belief system, where you want to do something to kind of incorporate what you believe in, how you believe in it, why you believe in it. And you're trying to decide what things you want to start to put down into that ground and start to grow and start to be better in your life. So you're contemplating choices and changes, but you're not just doing any choices and changes. These are new things for you. These are new things that you haven't tried before. There's things that you thought, I should probably get to doing these things, but now I'm kind of coming in like that. You know, work versus play is definitely kind of coming into the mix there. And what you're trying to find here is that balance, right? And as you are working on that balance and trying to find this acceptance between both worlds, okay, before the play versus work aspect of what you're doing on, the acceptance that you're trying to find is not so much a piece between the two worlds, but how can I do both of them and still feel like I have something other than just work and play all of the time. I don't feel like I have a direction. I don't feel like I have momentum in certain places. And it feels like you could do both of the things that you want to do, a work and a play thing at the same time. There might be, are you currently looking for a new job? Because it kind of feels like you're searching for a new challenge or something new coming up in your life. Like you want to find something that can kind of make you look back at yourself just a tiny bit. But it's more of the, what I'm feeling is more of the not accepting of self. It's more accepting of the situation I'm in and how can I move and change that into something better. That's what I'm feeling more of right now. And what you're trying to do is use what you're currently going through. The planting of a new world, in getting that ready is part of what you're starting on. And then finding some acceptance within yourself, within your situation or your world, or finding a way for it to come to a more of a, now we can make both things work at the same time. We're trying to find that balance and that acceptance of what I can do and can't do. But we're using this as our catalyst So, you know how when we go and we get one of those matches at any convenience store, and on the back of it, there's a really rough patch right back on the back of it, any match place where you use it to ignite your matchstick. Well, that's kind of what you're going through right now. Is that little grainy part right now is the catalyst of what you're going through. So you can use that ignition source, that your will and intent of what you actually want to be doing with your life right now. You're putting that down onto the catalyst and you're striking against that grain so that you can get that spark started on what you actually want to ignite your future into being. And it feels like right now you're more on the want to make sure my work is steady so that I have time to go play more than anything, you know? And I want to use what has been given to me to ignite my future. My play ignites my work ignites my fire. All of that stuff works together in tandem. It's all in how I want to start to build what I want to make in my life happen. The temper card is kind of the situation card. Hey, Sweetie Smith, welcome on in. And welcome on in to all the people who are coming in from Cam's stream. Nice to see you guys. I do like Cam on the cob. I was being silly in his stream, but you know how everyone likes to troll him, you know. But what you're currently going through right now, Polly, is that you're trying to temper yourself into what you can see yourself becoming. That means you're ready to start to work on yourself. You're ready to start to make new, different paths that are going to give you a new set of growth. You're ready to find some acceptance in your life with the way things are going, but you want to find a way to change some of the situations to better. That's why you're using it to ignite your future into what you want it to be by making yourself become. Yes, you can. You just press exclamation point join to get into the queue, and I will read everyone in line. So, but what you're trying to do now is you're pulling your soul out of that forge, because guess what that ignition torch was for? To make that forge red hot so that you could get your soul ready so you can start to temper yourself into the shape you want yourself to be. Do you want yourself to be a sword that protects, a shield that defends, a cup that gets filled or emptied? Or do you want to be the fan that controls the ebbs and flows of the fire that's right in front of them? You can create all of these tools, but you're kind of trying to create your toolbox right now so that you can do these more effectively in your life. And that's kind of what I'm feeling like what's going on with you right now. More like I don't want to combine what I do with play with my work. Okay. So you're trying to find a way to separate the two. Got you. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. And we do have what I call a God card too for you as well there, Polly. And what the God card is you've been asking your higher power for an answer to a specific question that you've been saying, hey, higher power, please answer me already. They've come to answer you in the most extreme way possible. I give fair warning on these cards because they can kick some spiritual ass sometimes. And I don't know which way this will go for you quite yet. But if you'd like to see your answer to your question that you don't have to ask, that's just a direct answer to you, you got one card message for you. If you want to see that, say, yes, I want to see my card, or say, nope, don't need to see it, and I'll move on to the next person either way. Rosalind's next, Hatter's next in line, Sweaty's the last one in line. So, whatever, there's a question that you've been asking here. Here's what their answer is to you. You have to remind yourself that you are the sky in your own world, that you allow the rain to happen to your world. Whether that's a light, happy rain or a deluge rain is up to you. You have to be the one in control of the weather of your world. So if you need to be a person who lets out their emotions in nice, light, happy ways for people to be able to soak that in, that's sometimes what people need. But sometimes people need to be reminded just how much of a force you are. And it's okay to sometimes to send the floodwaters that way so that they get washed away into that stop. It's time to stop holding back all of these emotions that you've been holding in, and it's time to finally release some of the stuff because the dam's gonna break one way or the other. Either you need to break the dam yourself, or you need to get past all of that which you're going through. Protect the realm. Hello? Okay, I'll have to find out what that's about later.
What?
I don't know. Someone tried calling me on my on the business phone. So that's basically what I needed to tell you today, there, my friend. You'll have to let me know how I did. Either way, please let me know. I would love you to be honest and open with me. Please give me a review on how I did today. Like I said, I do these for free. I'm not trying to earn a living. I'm not trying to scam money out of anybody. I'm trying to help people find a better, more positive way forward and giving the best advice that I can give. So no matter what I've told you here today, guys, remember, you have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So go live your best day ever starting today by simply saying that today will be the start of my best day ever. So that is basically everything in here. We're going to do a cleansing shuffle for the next person in line here. And that would be Rosalind. Rosalind, you are next in line. And you have 7 and 33 is your numbers, general readings for you as well. Okay, cleansing shuffle for you. We're clearing the cards off so that you get a nice clean shuffle. Here are your 7 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and okay, and that was 6 and 7. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate anything you guys tell me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And now we've got 33 cards to count for Rosalind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, and the 33rd card is now on top for you, Rosalind. And you wanted a general reading, right? Right, Rosalind? Yep, general. Okay. Oh, Rosalind. Let me warm my coffee up real quick here. And
Oh no.
so I was just checking things up. Yeah, I know. It's kind of nice to have something different for a change, right? Okay, they didn't leave me a number, so whatever. No one left me a message, so I guess I don't have to worry about it then. Anyway, sorry about that. Thank you very much for your patience there.
Dear goodness.
So, Rosalind, back to where we need to get for you now. I'm sorry it took me a little bit there because I was kind of figuring out something that was going on there. So they happened on my mundane device. I had to check out real quick, so sorry about that. The thing about what's going on with you right now, Rosalind, is it's not so much you're trying to protect yourself from the outside world. You feel like you need that extra layer of protection right now because you kind of feel like the world's beating up on you a tiny bit there, a little bit. And you've kind of put this very thin layer of ice kind of surrounding you, protecting yourself from the outside world. You're trying to kind of mitigate the hurt a tiny bit, a little bit of what I'm feeling here. And you're starting to build these walls back up again, and start to slowly build these really big, thick, I can't get through kind of walls. And you're kind of putting those defensive mechanisms back up again. And it kind of feels like the thing that you're working on, right? The reason why it doesn't seem like you are ready to face whatever is going on right now is because you kind of felt like it was kind of like someone broke my heart, someone did something to me that made me feel like less of a person, and I'm really not quite sure how I how what I have to go look back at myself. Did I do something right? Did I do something wrong? Kind of a situation. I don't know if this makes any sense to you, but what I'm feeling is this need to let down your guard just a little bit more than you have been recently because you're tired of getting blocked off from good, positive people when you don't understand why they're not wanting to be around you right now. It's just your energy's kind of giving off this I want to be alone kind of attitude energetically right now. It feels like you're trying to chip away at what you feel is getting in your way, but you're not finding that positivity that you need to melt away the rest of the ice that you've kind of started to build up. So as soon as you start to melt it, you start to build it back up again. And the whole goal of what you're going through right now is to try to get rid of some of those protections so that we can start to live life. You know what I'm saying? And there is something that you need to hear today too as well. You have my Whales Joy card. Now my wife is one of the most beautiful women I have ever met in my life. She is the love of my life and I love her with all of my heart. But she has a tendency to be very stubborn and stuck in her ways sometimes. Before we met, she was a very in her own little world kind of person. She didn't really try to navigate through any of her problems. She tried to navigate around most of her problems, avoiding them rather than dealing with them. She spent a lot of time down in what I call the deep dark ocean, trying to find ways to mitigate the hurt rather than swimming through the hurt and getting through it and past it. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that she likes to do from time to time is she likes to spend a little bit too much time down in that ocean. She doesn't feel like she has to come up for air a lot. You know, we spend way too much time in our worries. We forget to come up for that breath of air. We hurry to the top of the break to get our breath of air, and then we go right back down into the ocean. We didn't take any time to do any kind of rest or relaxation through that. We just felt like it was time for us to get what we needed, get back down there so we can deal with more of the issues again. Well, she, like I said, she had the tendency to do this when we first met. And as she began to grow and become a healthier, better person, she found that there was something that she needed to do with her life a lot more of. And this is kind of what I feel like you need to start to do with your life. I know you've gotten out of this bad situation or this bad thing that's kind of been happening recently, but your one true love or the person that you're trying to find somewhere down the road is coming your way or has already started their journey because you had to be shown what was going on before. Some part of your life had to be shown to you, a big ass mirror, so you know what you don't want. They're letting you see that mirror reflection of what you don't want so that now you can start to consider what you do want as far as a loving, good relationship looks like, as far as a loving, good part of your life is. Rather than navigating around your problems, you're going to come up for that fresh breath of life giving, affirming air, saying, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be living. The ability to change my life into what I want it to be, accept the happiness that is coming my way, gratitude, love, acceptance, all the things I think I didn't deserve before, I am now getting. I need to jump for joy out of that ocean more often than not so I can get that fresh breath of air in my lungs, taking in the breath of life again. What do I mean by the breath of life? Where you're seeking out the happy, where you're seeking out the things that make you find the direction you want to go, following a dream, following a goal, following a path that seems to be right for you at the moment. It's all about you stop navigating around those problems and start navigating through those problems on your way up to celebrate I am alive, feeling joyful and happy that I have the ability to change it all. I will find the joy in my life by taking it back into my lungs and now going back and swimming. I want you to remember one thing. Whales are social creatures who belong in pods. So it's time to get back around the heartfelt, most definitely good people that are in your life who do care about you. You know what I'm saying? You have to get back around your inner circle, around the people who you shared the stories with, who gave you the best advice, who gave you the kind of motivation you're seeking and the kind of path that you are wanting to find. Sometimes going through the motions with our friends and seeing how everybody else's life is going makes us take stock and go back over what we're doing again. But it's not until that moment we get to that relaxing moment where the expectation of ourself drops off and we're sitting there going, you know what, I really want to be blah, 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 yakety spackety, and that's what would really make me happy. And then your friend looks at you and goes, well, what the fuck are you waiting for then? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm saying here. It's time to celebrate life once again. The reason why things are going the way they are is because they're trying to get you to celebrate, trying to get back around people who will find you and bring you up and raise your energy up. But maybe you need some help doing that. Maybe you need to be the one who lights the cauldron of change. But you may need some help from your friends gathering some of the wood around so that you can keep the fire going and keep working on what you need to be working on. It's time to celebrate every moment of every day, telling yourself exactly what you needed to know today, which was, I need to celebrate everything I've been through up to this point. It's my victory lap. It's my I did it speech. It's my now I get to have the best day ever. Because I already made it through 50% of the shit. Now I've got 50% of the other side of the coin to go. It's all in how we manifest it in our thoughts. Remind yourself what that manifestation means. The more and more we think about it, the more and more we plan for that future, the more and more we plan on it, we can celebrate the future yet to come because it's on its way. Yay! That's your reading for today there, my friend Rosalind. Oh, I need a 5-second break here. I will be right back. I'm going to go take a restroom break real quick, guys. I will be back and helping you with anything else that you might need. So I will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll see you in a little bit, okay? All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you for your patience with that. Had to take a small restroom break. I feel better
Holy shit.
now. Okay. So, Hatter, when you're back in here, let me know. Sweetie, let me know when you're here. And throw me your numbers there, Hatter, and then you're next, Sweaty. Hoofty. I'm going to start that cleansing shuffle as we speak there, Hatter. Good. Just making sure you guys are still here. Doing a cleansing shuffle for you, Hatter. Alright, and here we go with your 9 official shuffles, Hatter. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 12. No God cards. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the 12th card. General reading for you. All right, let's see what the cards have to say for you there. Oofty, 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 oofty. Aha. All right. Did you hear that one? That was way by a lovely lady, Beth.
Oh, God.
It's all like, hey, it's you. God bless her. They all say, God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. God bless you, too. That's for me. All right. We're ready for this one there, Hatter. So, the thing that I'm feeling from you today, Hatter, is that you're tired of the shit storm. You're tired of the way life has been going for a while now. And you're ready to, if you have to, destroy your world to create a new world. If you have to, you're willing to do it. You don't want to do it, but you're willing to. If you have to do it again, you can. It's all about what kind of energy you are putting into this new path that you want to create, though. And the thing that you have to understand is that this passion and this drive to be this better, to do this thing that you want to do, you have to give it your all. You have to give it your full passion. Just like a volcano doesn't ask permission to blow its top. It does it when it's ready. And when it finally does pour that lava down, you better get out of its way or it will bowl you over. Number one, that's what we need to do. We need to be the kind of person who's ready to blow when they're ready to blow. When they're ready to create, let them create. But when you do it, do it. Don't just say you're going to do it. You have to give it your all. You have to give it your passion, your drive. Create that new path. You may be destroying one world to create a new, but that's what's going to happen. This thing in your past that you aren't dealing with, that you haven't gotten over yet, this lesson that you have yet to relearn again, that there's something you haven't dealt with from your past, that you have been a part of your journey for a long time. It's basically, you think, a bare essential of who you are as a person, when it's probably one of your more negative attributes. It should be the thing that you should be saying is, how do I move and change this and use this as my power, rather than that. So whatever is going on from you from the past there, that it's going to be coming back into your life again. You're going to have to kind of overcome it and kind of decide whether you're going to put up with the shit that they throw your way or create a new world view for them, that you're are different people now. And that's kind of what I'm feeling is coming your way there, Hatter, is it's some kind of a, it feels like a confrontation that should have happened a long time ago, but needs to happen now. It's kind of like, I don't know if it has to do with your father or a father-like figure, because you have my father's card in the future here. So that means it's someone who's a very much a lone wolf who didn't own up to their responsibility, especially when they were younger. They felt like they had to go around a lot of different places to find happiness, but never did. They were trying to fix themselves through other people. They don't really try to fix themselves through their own crap and deal with their own mess. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my father was like before he became the Blue Wolf. He wasn't the most responsible dad in the world. We didn't have the best relationship when I was growing up. We have a healthy relationship now, but that's because we healed. We healed over time. We healed because of a very special person who brought us together. First marriage drove us apart. Okay? After my mom, of course. After my mom, that one's just basic. That's what I grew up. I didn't even know my father until I went and visited him. My first earliest memory is going to his house to visit him. I don't remember a time where me and my dad would be together, okay? Um, I had to heal my relationship with my father because I had to find the healing within myself. I wasn't really trying to forgive my father. I was trying to forgive myself for what I felt towards my father. Whether he loved me back in return or not, that was up to him. But I had to find a way to bring us closer together. And it was that second marriage where a woman reached out to me to say my father was ready to heal now. He had done a lot of the work of healing himself. He was ready to add me into the mix as someone who he could share. He wasn't sure how I was going to respond. So he was open for both responses, the good response and the bad response. We kind of got a little bit of both, to be honest with you, you know. But my father found a new pack yet again after he divorced that woman. He spent a long time alone again before my mom eventually fell back in love with him. My birth mother fell back in love with him. They had both become different people by then, completely different people, healed people by then, and they fell back in love like they were originally the two people who met back then when they first fell in love again. You know what I'm saying? Now that's my personal, I'm glad that happened story, but that may not be your story, okay? He was the kind of person, though, who had to find this emotional freedom within himself to be able to share more than just the angry or upset emotions. He had to share all of that which was going on with himself. He would adopt this new blue wolf persona, howling at the moon with his whole emotions. Here I am, accept me for who I am, who I've become. Whether you love me or not, I can't control, but I'm going to be there for you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my father did. Now, maybe I have a better relationship now with my father, but at that first meeting when we first got together, it was very sit quiet kind of moment. And then it was the angry words, and then it was, I don't want to live like this anymore. And it was all about the lesson that I have yet to learn. Now, I don't know if you're a father yourself yet. But maybe this is the lesson you need to learn before you become a father figure to somebody else and you start repeating the same damn mistakes they did. Now, you might not say to yourself, I'm never going to do that. But we don't know that until the moment comes when we're faced with the same exact situation that person was. And then we finally understand, oh, damn it. I have the same thought he probably had once upon a time. But there's some lesson from that past you need to understand and learn in order to move forward. So even if it ends up being just you don't end up being father son again or whatever kind of a deal, something might happen with that dad thingy. I don't know if that's something that you've been thinking about lately. And like I said, stepdads, great. You don't need any other father, okay? He's your dad no matter what, okay? He's always going to be. He's been there. He's the good guy, okay? Dad who hasn't been there, we need to resolve that so that we can move on with the rest of our lives. Basically what I'm feeling. And you kind of feel like it's time to, one way or the other, I want to deal with this so I can get it done with so I can move on. Kind of like you know that old saying, I have to go home again so I don't know I have to go home again kind of a deal? It's kind of like that, you know. I have to go home again so you realize you never have to go home again. I know it's stupid and silly, but that's how it works sometimes. Sweaty, it's your turn for your reading, my friend. And I'm going to have a smoke break real quick. So, Hatter says hi and have a good day. Okay. Thank you, Joshua. I gotta go eat. Say hi to the wife for the pleasure again. You're welcome. Hi to the wife. She says hi back. Go eat some dinner. Go get some nom noms on. It's your turn, Sweaty. Whenever you're ready, throw me your numbers. Throw me your question if you've got one, and we'll get to your reading here. I want to say thank you to everyone who came in from Cam on the Cob's stream. I hope that you got what you were looking for while you were here today. I was just being silly and trolling his ass. I wasn't trying to get you guys to come in here. Pay rent too while I'm at it. Okay. Oops. Wrong one. Wrong hole.
Fuck yes.
Sweaty, this is your second call. Sweaty, second call.
Yeah.
Sweaty, this is your second call for your reading. Second call. Whenever you're ready, give me your numbers, and then we will get to doing your reading there. Throw me your numbers and your question if you have one today. Here's how it works here in case you haven't been around for a while. Pick your number 1 through 10. That's how many times I shuffle the deck for you. Pick your number 1 through 52. That's where the answers are in my deck. If you have a question, please let me know. If you want general, all of that stuff you've already done, so we're going to get to it. Cleansing shuffle for you because I wanted to make sure you were here first before I start shuffling cards for you. And then I might call it a day, guys. After this reading, I might find someone to go raid out to and just call it a day. And start my weekend early, go get my shopping done, get ready to get some weed later, smoke some, hopefully he can come early, who knows, you know, all that kind of stuff. So here are your 6 official shuffles. Why don't we just make it our last reading of today? So this is it, guys, our last official reading for today. Alright, I'm going to clear this queue off here. I will be back on Monday, too. Here are your 6 official shuffles, my friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No God cards for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1. Uh-oh, almost went too many. Whoops, I didn't think about that one. So here are your answer to your questions for today. Putting the cards away for now. Okay, so here's what you need to know for today, Sweaty. So when we think of the word anger, we think of this negative emotion or feeling that's associated with the word, right? Anger is not necessarily a bad emotion or a good emotion. It's just something that we have to feel from time to time. And not necessarily saying you're angry about a situation. I think what it is kind of feeling like a disappointment or angry at self situation more than a angry at everybody else that's trying to help me right now. It feels like people want to be overly helpful with you right now, and you're just kind of saying, back off a little bit right now, and that's kind of making you the annoyance bubble percolate a little bit. And it's kind of like you're basically saying, boundary time, people, boundary time. And you kind of keep having to remind people of the boundary thingy. And sometimes you kind of get a little bit more upset about this. I think it's a little bit healthier for you to express a little bit more that you're a little bit more upset. Sometimes you hold back a little bit, play the nice little, let's be appropriately upset with these people kind of thing. Just try to save face and stuff like that. Can't control my anger sometimes? Okay, well, then that's what it is. It's you trying to control that anger and sometimes allowing that to get over this. What is going to be helping you with this situation sometimes there, Sweaty, is that you need to start to trust yourself. And what you want to start to do is begin that trust relationship between what we know in real life that we know we can handle, what we want for our future, okay? And where do we start to listen to that inner voice inside of ourselves that leads us to the best, most happiest outcome we can get? We listen to those inner voices, that ancient knowledge that we've gained up to this point. Your history book is behind you. That's not your war chronicle you're reading there. It's not your I made it through the hard time. It's just your history book. It's the facts, and only the facts. That's the way we need to start to take that in our lives sometimes. This is just the facts. How I feel about those facts is different. The facts are what they are supposed to be. The feelings associated with them are different. And learning how to trust myself and saying, you know what? I have every right to be angry about this. I have every right to get upset by this. I have every reason to have these emotions and feelings. Why am I letting them out like this is the question you're asking. And how do I start to listen to how do I use this? So now you've got all this anger that you want to let out, and you have to start to listen to how we're going to use this. So what are we going to use this for? Remind yourself that this is just like putting a log into your fire of your furnace. Use this as your power source to create that which you do want to make your life become. Let it become your power box. Let it become your powerful force. If what anger is what gets it done right now, then let anger get it done right now. It's about your path and what you want to mold yourself into. You're taking your life into your own hands. That means I'm deciding which twist, which turns, which way to fold, which way not to fold, stuff like that. And I'm creating something here. And because you keep trying to tell me how to add this and that into the mix, all I'm hearing is wah, 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 wah. Kind of like the Charlie Brown people, you know, wah, 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 wah. Instead of constructive, good feedback kind of shit. I need to mold myself into what I see myself becoming, not what you see me becoming. I need to stoke the fires of what's going on in my life. You know, this anger that you think you can't control. Maybe it's not about anger. Maybe it's about your personal power, personal belief system. It's you taking ownership and standing up for what you believe in and standing up for what your moral code is, what your moral rule book says. How do I add this to my fire? Even if it feels like something that can't work with my life, how do I add this log to be my personal power so that I can use it with the anger that I already have to make it a positive thing, not a negative thing? And that's kind of what we've been working on and why we've been working on the things that we've been working on. Because we're learning how to take what we have been given, turn it into fuel for the fire, and then we're still working on bringing the extra added beneficial positive log on top of that. Now we've got to add the other log that says I burned away self-doubt. Now I have to add the log of I believe in myself to help the fire keep going. And that means stoking your fire. So that's what you're working right now, is getting yourself ready for a major change and a major move. How are you going to get through that? By dealing with this anger. Maybe it's time to go use it for something. Maybe there's a way you can use this to your advantage. Boxers make great comebacks with anger. People who have got upset or frustrated by their life have great strides in becoming better people because they're so angry with the way shit is, they're done. They don't want it to happen in their lives anymore. So they have to get angry to make shit happen. And sometimes that's exactly what needs to happen. Remember, anger is just another stage of grief that you can go through. You've lost something, right? We've lost it. Now we have to get angry about what we've lost, but we have to eventually move on to acceptance that I can't do anything about this at this moment. We could be moving it on there, forward. And I kind of feel that that's where you're kind of what you've been working on and working towards is moving it from where I'm at now to where I want to be. And it's kind of that frustration bridge between the two. And you're working out the kinks. Well, keep working. Yeah. So, and it's sometimes as long as that anger doesn't get put out in the world where it's going to hurt somebody. And I think you're pretty good about using what you do have when you do get angry. You're pretty good at letting the pressure valve off in appropriate ways rather than negative ways most of the times. But there's every once in a while there's that moment where people push you to the point of explode, and I'm like, I don't want to be around when you explode. All right, guys.
The press and explode.
The press and explode time. We are going to go see who we have out there to go raid into today. Let's see, who do we have here today? I'm going to be cutting and running a little bit earlier than normal today, lady. I've been being drained a little bit of my own energy. I've been doing a little too much mundanely. So I'm running, my battery's running low today. And I was just about ready to pick somebody to go raid out to and throw some love some way. I think I know who we're going to go to though. Because why not go to a bud of mine who could use some extra love anyway? So we're going to go to the advisor. He is a cool cat. He is a definite vibe. So I want you all to help me go follow the advisor. He gives the greatest advice ever. Yeah, okay. I had to do it. It was funny. But he's also a 420 content creator, but he's more of a community builder. He does a lot of sharing community streams and sharing his friends' streams. He's a very laid back kind of a DJ. Go say hi to Tone for me. You guys can go put my little raid message on here if you guys want here. And see if you guys want to copy that. If you're subscribed, that should work for you. If that doesn't work for you, I don't know what else to say because it was supposed to be working. And now it's not working anymore. Now let's see. Can I do it in here now? And does it make a difference? Okay, there it goes. It works. Paste that, guys. We're going to go to the advisor. So go give him a little bit of love and everything today. I want you guys to shout him up and let him know that you came from the Unknown Prophets Daily Tarot Readings because he's my buddy, my pal, my friend of mine. So we're going to go spend some time with my friend there. He is fun as hell, guys. You will love him. Go say hi to Tone for me. Go give him a bunch of happy joys for me. We're going to copy my little raid message in the chat. Here we go. You guys can copy and paste that into the raid message as we go there for today. I appreciate you guys and everything you do. I want to say thank you for all of those people who have helped me get to where I'm at. I'm glad I come here every day and I help you guys. I really hope that you're having the best day every day. I will see you on Monday. It's time for my weekend to get started, guys. So I'll see you later. Love you.